I'm so bummed out. Like, I'm disappointed. I'm so pissed. Excuse me. But I'm so angry. Yeah. Hey guys, what up? It's your boy Kyle Jeff back at it again with another video. And today's video is all about my experience with the Kylie Jenner pop-up shop in New York City. So, I have so much to say, so let's just get right into the video. Here we go. Okay, so the Kylie Jenner pop-up shop in New York City opened up yesterday, and it was crazy packed, but I decided to go after school, so I would say at like 3 o'clock, something like that. And before anyone jumps at me and says like, oh, you shouldn't have went, it was 3 o'clock, you should have known, just stay with me. Stay with me, trust me. So I went to the pop-up shop at like 3 o'clock. I didn't expect it to, like, I knew it was bad, but I figured maybe it died down a little bit. And it was only 3 o'clock. Mind you, the store was open. Online it said till 10. So I was like, okay, so you know, there's a chance that's like 7 hours, like, you know, that shouldn't be bad. I got there and it was not what I expected at all. I expected the streets to be completely closed off because that's what they were saying, and the street was open, it was fine. And there was like a group of maybe I would say 20 people next to the door on like the right side. And then like over on the other side, like the actual line, I would say maybe 100 people. It really wasn't bad. And so I was like, okay. And they said the line was closed. Now at this point, that's really confusing because your store doesn't close for another 5 hours. And you're going to tell me it's going to take you about 100, and we'll just say 150 people, 5 hours to get into the store. So it just didn't add up right away. They shut the line down, and I thought it was crazy because they kept turning people away. Like, they turned people away that, like, were there since, like, I would say 7 in the morning, and there were people that left because they cut off the line even earlier. However, I guess they kept opening the line to a few people, I guess. I don't really know the whole thing, but I know people kept getting in line, and the Kylie Jenner pop-up shop, honestly, the line was all about if you stayed the night, like, or really, really, really early, or who you knew. That's plain and simple, because if you knew somebody, you were getting in, and I seen it firsthand in front of me, and that was really disappointing. So then, there was a few of us, I would say, like, when I got there, me and maybe 10 other people, and we're asking to go online, and they're saying the line's closed. Now, like I said, I get the line is closed, but at the same time, like I said, it's not going to take that long for that group of people to get into the store by 10 or whatever. And there's only 10 people, and you could tell them, like, oh, at least stand behind the barricade thing, and, like, if you get in, you get in, if you don't, you don't, but at least give them a place to stay. And they didn't give us anywhere to stay. They were like, the best you could do is you could wait on the side until, like, a few minutes before 9 o'clock, and if there's more time, like, if there's enough time, you guys can go in. Around an hour later, they go, you can't even be standing on the street. Unless you're in the line, you can't be anywhere on the street. So now it's like, now you had us waiting around an hour. Mind you, let me tell you, it is absolutely freezing. It is freezing cold in New York, okay? Like, freezing, and there's, like, and then where it's at, there's not really anywhere to just, like, kind of walk around, look at. There's, like, it's just, the main thing there is her pop-up shop. Like, there's other places, but not really to, like, walk around and do anything. So, what are you gonna do? I was very pissed and disappointed with the security guards. They were very nasty. They were very rude. They didn't treat anybody with respect whatsoever. And don't get me wrong, I get it. It's a long day and, like, you're dealing with all these people. But there's a way to do your job and be strict and assertive to make sure, like, no one just kind of getting through like it is a big celebrity. Fans are going to go crazy or whatever. And there's a difference between that and just completely mistreating people. And they were mistreating people, and it was extremely rude because people came a long way, stood in the cold for many hours. And as I said before, they were letting people in based on, like, who you know. This girl goes up and says, I'm from New Jersey and I just came out of work, so can I get online? And after 10 minutes, he let her on the line. Like, I'm from New Jersey and I was with my sister, and guess what? She's from New Jersey too. We're both from New Jersey. She had work and I had school. So, shouldn't I get on the line? Like, I thought that was absolutely terrible as a group because we seen it. Like I said, there was like 10 of us. We all said something, and they didn't really have an excuse for as to why they let her online, although we heard it and we seen it. That was the reason, and they had nothing to say to us. And I thought that was terrible. And then they continued to say, now you have to get off the street. So because you didn't hear something, you like, now we should get off the street again. Great. Then, I get it's just because you want people to go, but their excuse kept being, you're blocking the sidewalk. Mind you, it's a big sidewalk, and then each like building has like stairs kind of, and then this little like slot, I guess you could say. And each like slot, like there, like we would stand there, so it's no way is it blocking any room, and nobody was coming down the street because the only people there on that street was for Kylie. So, and side note, this is no hate to Kylie. I am a little annoyed at her, and I'm gonna get to that in 1 minute. This is just trying to explain to my experience and let others know what it was like. So yeah, I find out it's 9 o'clock, they close. And now this really upsets me because Kylie didn't show up apparently until 2 hours late. And all online it said 10 o'clock. And there's so many fans waiting outside in the cold who came a long way for this opening that the least you could do is keep it open another 30 minutes to an hour. So we waited around till 9, and they said you guys can get on the line. He made us form a line. Like I said, because there's 2 lines. There was like one on the side of the door and then another line over here. Outside of the door, there were 7 people. 7 people. And then he made us line up. This line, once they said some people can add to the line, this line went down the block right away. Like, so quick. And I didn't even think, like, I was hoping I would make it, and I was, like, towards the front of that line. And at 8:30, he goes, you can all go home now. You're not getting in. When this line formed, including those 7 people in that length, I'm going to say it was, like, 7:50. So you're telling me in 40 minutes, only 7 people got in the store. Because, like I said, I was standing right in front of the door. 7 people got in the store in only 40 minutes. What? That doesn't even add up. And I'm sorry, you should, like, I get it. They said, like, oh, it's not guaranteed. However, 7 people got in the store. And mind you, you're telling people, okay, now it's closed. But whether you like it or not, like I said, there's a lot of fans. And it's only 8:30. You're cutting people off. Even if it's 30 minutes, and 30 minutes isn't a lot. To so many people who waited so long, 30 minutes is still, like, a lot of time, I guess you could say, to be letting people in the store. At least, like, 10 more. And, like, they weren't doing that, and that was, like, I thought that was messed up. Then, once he says it's closed and that you all have to go, everyone kind of just goes to the side, because now everyone at this point is like, maybe we'll wait a few minutes, see if Kylie comes, like, or see if anybody comes out, or just to see, kind of wait what happens. Security guard starts on the side that I'm on, and he goes, you have to leave. He walks us all the way down the street, and so I started fighting, and I was like, this is extremely wrong, you're being really rude, and you could at least let us stand to the side. And what about the people on the opposite side? Because they weren't telling anybody on the opposite side move. He goes, oh, once we get rid of you guys, then we'll get rid of them. But we're like, wouldn't we just go around? Like, that doesn't make sense. Once we go to the corner, we all waited as a big group on the corner just to see, and they never asked anyone on the opposite side to leave. And to me, that's really wrong. From what I heard, it was 15 or 20 people in the store at a time. That's what I heard. And like I said, I could believe it because, like, I was there on the one line that lasted 40 minutes and only 7 people got in. Now, to me, that is so wrong because when you see thousands of people crowding streets, and like at one point earlier in the day, they had to shut streets down because people came to the shop, there is no reason you should only be letting 20 people in at a time. Okay, so now I'm going to go over why I'm kind of annoyed at Kylie, and for this, I have receipts to pull out because I'm really disappointed. I really am. Okay, here's where it says 7 hours ago, and in this photo, if you look, it's like her going into the store. This is 6 hours ago. You might, whether you believe it or not, you can go look it up on her Snapchat. This is the Snapchat where she's in her car and you could see people like waving bye to her or whatever. And so at this point she's leaving. So right off the bat, she is there for less than an hour. Like, tell me what else you have better to do than open your own pop-up shop. Like, it's not even like, oh, you're just part of a store or you help. Like, this is your store. The store is the name, your name, Kylie. Like, it's all your merchandise with your face on it. It's your product that you created. Like, you should be in your own pop-up shop. That's already irritates me out. She didn't even go into the afternoon. It's not even like she opened it up or was there for the people who did sleep overnight for her. And then when she did come, like I said, it was less than an hour. And then she posted this Snapchat during it. And it's like, if you look, the back or whatever, that is not the inside of the pop-up shop. That's like the back of the place. So that tells me you weren't even in, like, the actual store part of it for that hour that you were there. Like I said, I'm not going to discredit her. She did come out to see fans, so that's why I did screenshot these receipts to show you. She did come see fans. However, I did screenshot. She's doing that, and then, like, this is just a part of it, but, like, look how long, it goes for a long time. And if you really think she went all the way down, or even further, well then, you're sadly mistaken. This isn't really, like, anything major, but, like, here was her coming out to her fans at the pop-up shop. Now, if you look, that's a big space, and like I was there, so that's a very large area, and nowhere within that area are there any fans. Look how many like people they let from like news and media. That's all of them right here. And this is all of her security, literally lined up, which is important she has security, I get it. But in that big area, there's like no fans around, and like, I don't know, just like, I don't know, something about this really gets, I don't know. She's not even at the fans yet. I can only imagine that she walked that far and went around to lots of fans. I don't know. And then I wanted to read you guys some of the tweets about the pop-up shop. 3 people, which is not a lot, but 3 random people that did agree, obviously, that means they agreed with, which is right here. You can see it says 3. And I said, apparently hashtag Kylie pop-up shop is all about who you know and camping out to get in. Very upset with how fans are being treated. And that was the major one that I feel like people like react to, and although it's only like 30 people, that goes to show me that other people are agreeing with that. So I'm gonna read you guys some of the top tweets, and mind you, just like a PSA, I did not go searching for these. These are the top ones, and these were like the first comments, tweets that came up. I love standing in the cold for 6+ hours to not get into the Kylie pop-up shop. This Kylie pop-up shop was the biggest disaster I've ever seen. Such a disappointment. Maybe try to regulate it a little better, hon. They're only letting in 12 people at a time, and there's over 1,000 people in line, but I snagged a pic from afar. She showed a picture, but like, see, 12 people, really? My daughter booked a hotel, stayed overnight, and stood in freezing cold for 7 hours and couldn't get in. Thanks, at Kylie Jenner. At Kylie needs to have a talk with her Kylie pop-up shop security and come up with a better way to actually let people in. Literally retweet, retweet, retweet. Not to mention, like I said before, it is like, it's Kylie's shop. The name of the shop is Kylie. And like, that's another reason why I have an issue with her, is because it's your shop, and if you really wanted it to be open, you would have came and made sure that shop stayed open. Or you would have simply had sent someone over or made a call. It's your shop. All you had to do was call, and I guarantee you that shop would have been open. And let me tell you, that shop was not open a minute later than, I guess, what it was supposed to be, which was the 9 o'clock. And another thing that goes to show you, like, obviously I don't think they cared too much because of... P.S. I didn't get to say this, but I was also very frustrated with security, because as if it wasn't enough and they were just being very nasty to everyone, because they had an attitude with everyone. They told someone no, they'd say no, and then they would like laugh, and then another security guard, he's just dancing around like making a joke out of things, and it's like, it's not funny. He said, people are freezing and they're waiting a long time for that. That's not something that's really messed up to like treat people like that. But yeah, really, this store and the security all had me about to throw hands every 5 minutes. That was my experience with the Kylie Jenner pop-up shop. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave in the comments if you went, tell me about your experience, if you could relate, if you had a different experience. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching this video, and stay tuned till next time. See you guys!